Hey there, artsy friends. This is my second composition notebook art journal. Today, I've titled my page Don't Worry, but because I'm not really sure how to describe it. It's a combination of different things. So I downloaded something from the internet and went to print it, and this is what came out of my printer. But I thought, you know what? It's kind of interesting. I think I'm going to use it in my art journal. Also, you notice that I had skipped a page from the last time. So anytime I'm using markers or anything that bleeds through, like you can see right there on the right, I skip a page because I will just go over that page with paint or collaging after the fact. So that way I'm not worried about the bleed through. But I usually put a safety sheet in between anyway so that it doesn't bleed through too many pages. So yeah, so I am just creating kind of bookend collaging, and I want to really fill in the middle and cover up the bleed through and the writing that I had. This journal was one that I had started to do like Bible study, and I was gonna take notes on all the different things, and then I just decided I didn't like using the grid format, and so that's why I'm repurposing this. But I'm trying to cover up what's underneath, and I'm realizing that gesso that I used is really bad. It does not cover. It's way too liquidy, and also I think the ink from the grid pattern in this composition book kind of bled into it. So the white is kind of like there's like a little cyan tint to it that I didn't like. But so next time I think if I want a solid white background, I'm just going to probably collage a piece of white paper into it. And that'll be much easier. But because of this unique background, I thought about doing a page just in black and white, but I think the problem was that background, that middle space isn't like a true white. So I am going to bring in some more color here in a minute to make it interesting and pop. And also I found this mandala coloring book probably at a thrift store at one point and thought it would be kind of fun to use in art journaling, maybe cut out some pieces and to add some interest or some focal point. So that's what I'm going to do. This one with a well-defined circle kind of popped out at me because I thought it would be easy to cut out, and it's just kind of simple, and I can use the half circles along the edges. But I'm still trying to get that background more white. It bugs me so I'm just using straight white paint here, and it does help a little bit, but I don't ever quite achieve the purity of white that I was going for. But it adds more layer, and I can blend it around the black now. And oops, I streaked it a little bit, but I'm not going to fuss with it too much. I thought the black was mostly dry, but I'm going to bring in some bright pink, and that's going to be my main color of the page. It's actually a little brighter than it appears on the camera. I don't know, maybe one day I'll invest in a better camera. But I like that how it's popping with the black and the white. And I am just building up the background. I know that I'm going to have a focal point on top. I know that I'm going to add some more marks, I'm sure. But I am just adding layers. Okay, so I'm playing around with my focal point and realizing I think it's too big. I don't know. I'm still kind of on the fence. Like, it's pretty much ginormous. Maybe taking up a little too much space. I don't know. I'm going to set it aside and do some more marking. So I found a Posca marker that was close to my pink. Again, like I said, the screen is not really giving you a true color representation. Okay, so I'm trying out my focal point again and have concluded that it is indeed too big. And now my little half circles don't really fit with my other things. So I am going to switch gears and cut out some smaller mandalas and play around with those. Okay, as I'm checking it out, I am not happy with this negative space here, this blank pink, and I feel like it needs some white. So I'm going to make some more marks and doodles over a couple of the open pink spaces. That's kind of something that you'll notice if you watch many of my pages, is that I tend to be uncomfortable with negative space. I'm trying to actually relax about that and appreciate negative space as, you know, part of the deal. But yeah, but I don't know. I mean, art journaling is personal. So if I want to put more doodles, I'm going to do that. So I feel like I'm kind of at a stopping point here where I'm not really sure how much more I want to do with it. So I let it sleep actually overnight and came back the next day and decided I needed a sentiment, a title, a thought in that space. So I wanted to position it. So I'm writing it on transparent paper so that I can make sure my letters are going to fit and where I want to position them, which is kind of helpful. So don't worry.
I have a tendency to worry sometimes, usually between 3 and 5 a.m. I think, okay, I have a theory, all right? I think I'm at like that like hormonal stage of life where things are weird, and I feel like I have like these little worry, anxiety amoebas floating around in my body somewhere in my brain, and they're just looking for any random thought to attach themselves to, and then I will obsess over it. In the middle of the night. And sometimes it's the silliest things that I really should not feel worried or stressed or anything about. I do my best to give all my cares to the Lord because He can handle it, and maybe get some sleep. So I hope that you enjoyed hanging out and watching me build my page today, and that you're inspired to go make some art and come back and join me again. Have a blessed day.